This roof's getting installed with our premium roofing system. Backed by our 50-year warranty. And there's a 0% financing, no payment for 6 months options that this customer utilized. If you're looking for a new roof and you need an affordable option, call Absolute Restoration.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Good evening and welcome into Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I'm meteorologist Gabe Maynor, and again tracking a soggy evening across North Mississippi for our Sunday evening, wrapping up the weekend, and unfortunately have to do it on a dreary note, but there are brighter times ahead, and it's a great thing that it's moving in right in time for our work week. So light showers, they are lingering right now, and will continue to do so overnight, but heading into this week, goodbye rain, hello dry, a very dry pattern moving in overhead. So if you want to get outdoors, then this week is the best week to do so. But then heading into next weekend with all of the dry air that's here, cold spell, extreme cold next weekend moving in. So do you have those layers? I would hope so by this point, but maybe need to get a few more out heading into next weekend. Again, we'll break down that forecast in just a moment. The first 12, as you can see, those soggy conditions overhead, 40% chance by 11, 10% there by 2 a.m., even a few isolated showers, not an impossibility as we get there towards 5 a.m., but you can see temperatures with all of the gloomy conditions overhead, 44, only dropping to about 39 degrees, so feeling the exact same, almost the exact same tomorrow morning as it does right now. Those winds still a bit breezy coming out of the north at about 9 miles an hour, so potential for some wind chill, knocking down those feels-like values just a bit. But either way, we're going to be layered up. It's in the 30s, and that's all we need to know. Our Mississippi Live Weather radar tracking a few heavier sections out there in northwest Alabama, and I do see a few spots. Eupora right there with a little bit higher rain rate, and then Lafayette County all the way up there towards Union around the Myrtle area, and then up towards Ripley there in Tippah County. But these showers have been working through the region all night long. You can see on that 3-hour loop, just scattered chances lingering right overhead with more rainfall moving in from Arkansas. But we are expecting to be close to the back end of this. If we change radar sites over to the Memphis radar for just a moment. There we go. You can see that the last of those showers kind of moving through Clarksdale, Shelby, and Cleveland now, and that's why those rain chances become so minimal by the time we get towards those early AM hours. So by the time we're heading out the door, only a few folks going to be affected, but we expect this to be a drier pattern as we get started with our Monday. Rainfall totals over the past 12 hours, and we are going to jump radar site to radar site to get those best measurements. But out of Monroe County, we can see some heavier sections out there in Calhoun County and even up there towards Pontotoc with over 1/4 of an inch. So we said we could get up to 1/4 of an inch in some spots, and we have, but some areas right there in Calhoun County, that stripe right there where there was a heavier band of rainfall, close to 1/2 of an inch. Never fully reaching it, but close enough that we can say we tried. And then you see a few hundredths there on the north side of our viewing area, and then 1/10 of an inch out there in Panola County. More data coming in out of the Memphis radar site, and we just highlighted a few of those totals. You can see about 2/10 of an inch with those heavier sections, and even down there in Jackson. We got to get everybody. Hollandale coming in with just a couple hundredths. Chula, same thing. Kosciuszko, same thing. Eupora, same thing. Yeah, it's just a copy and paste forecast all across North Mississippi. This as those showers work their way across the region, what we call stratiform precip, meaning pretty uniform across the board, not tracking any thunder or any strong storms. No, this is a pretty comfortable Sunday evening pattern. And honestly, if I was not working right now, I think I would have hit the hay a little bit early tonight because this is a good forecast for sleeping. All right, Mississippi Live Weather Radar, you can see that we have this frontal system that's working through overhead. Now, not exactly a prime front, but it is bringing that little batch of moisture to us, and that low still developing just a bit. So that'll continue to extend to eastward, up there towards the northeast, where they're getting a plentiful amount of snowfall, their form of precip. We just get rain down here, apparently, a cold rain. But as we extend this forecast, you'll see that continues to shift east and northeast away from us here in North Mississippi, and a much drier pattern moves in overhead. That high pressure center pushing further into North Mississippi and making for a drier pattern as well. So as it moves northeast, colder temperatures, even transitioning that into a bit of heavy snowfall towards West Virginia, Virginia, and Kentucky. So if only we were so lucky, right? All of our people rooting for snow, yeah, this will be a good forecast if you're a few states north. But here in North Mississippi, it's just been cold rain all December long so far. So as you can see, high pressure building into the area. Now, as we are on the outskirts of this high pressure, those winds get a little bit more breezy. So by 9 a.m. Monday morning, we're going to be experiencing some of that wind chill, dropping those temperatures. And even though it's going to read 40 degrees, it's going to feel still in the mid to upper 30s, even by lunchtime. So have those layers ready as those northerly breezes work their way in. But as we head through our afternoon, those temperatures warm up just slightly. Those gloomy conditions kind of keep those temperatures at bay, but they do get slightly better, and those breezy conditions dial back just a bit as we wrap up our Monday. And then Tuesday, oh my word, chef's kiss. Fantastic forecast. You have to take a look at it here in just a moment. Next 24 though, let's go ahead and look at that forecast. 10% chances heading out the door 6 a.m. Honestly, could have taken that off because rain chances are just so minimal that we're not really tracking much of anything as folks get out and about. But as we head through the day, 40 degrees by 6. Only climbing to about 47 degrees, so it's not that much of a change, but we'll take every degree that we can get in this cold pattern. And those 10-mile-an-hour breezes becoming more calm by the end of our Monday, and then those calm conditions continue into our Tuesday as well. Now, I was going to say coming up here in the next 60. Before we go to the next 60, let me refresh this here real quick so we get the latest tally, because here at Mississippi Live Weather, we love polls. And we just uploaded our latest poll, one that you can participate in, and we hope that you guys do, because one of the things that we've been doing throughout the month of December has been Christmas parades. And we have plenty of options come Monday evening. West Point at 6:30, Starkville at 6, Boonville at 6, and then Louisville at 6 p.m. Now, so far we only have 100 votes. This has only been posted for about 10 minutes, so we're hoping that builds over time. Expect it to. And so your vote matters, and we want to get that going as we get into our Monday and get that final tally. I believe we're going to wrap this up around midday tomorrow, so plenty of time to go submit your vote and share this. That way folks can go vote, and then we are going to be there coming up Monday evening, live from one of these locations where the Christmas parade is happening. Excited to get out into the community. Got to go to Corinth this weekend, Tupelo Friday night, went to New Albany last week, so we're making our rounds across North Mississippi, but excited to get back out there again. Just make sure to go submit your vote, and that is on Matt Lobhan's Facebook page, so make sure to go follow if you haven't already, but also go vote and share that so folks can participate as well. Okay, so coming up in the next 60, we've done the vote. Well, now we need to talk about the forecast for tomorrow. We're going to look at the latest on those parade forecasts, the latest when it comes to those rain chances, how dry we're talking next week, and of course that extreme cold moving in by next weekend. All of that coming up here in the Room to Room Weather Center. Live at 10 p.m. here on Mississippi Live Weather, coming up in the next 60.
As a bankruptcy firm, Mitchell, Cunningham & Bowling realizes many people are worried about their finances. We're here to guide you through the next steps to restart your life with easy video appointments. New clients don't have to leave home to get information about becoming debt-free. Also, convenient in-office appointments are available at the low cost of $340 upfront for a Chapter 13. You can be on your way to being debt-free. Contact Mitchell, Cunningham & Bowling today or visit our website at mcdebtfree.com. We are here to help you.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. We knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Lobhan cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Lobhan has proven himself trustworthy.
Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynard.
Checking the chat and seeing that some of you folks are going to go check out the poll and vote. A big thank you to everyone participating in this. Again, anything that gets us out in the community, we are going to jump on that opportunity and have such a great time in the process. So excited to get out there. Whoever wins, of course, I'm biased. My wife works at Boonville, so I have my pick, but I will not participate to keep it fair. But I expect my Boonville peeps to show up and show out. Starkville as well. I went to school down there, so ties all across North Mississippi. Anyway, let's bring it back here to Mississippi Live Weather Radar. And as what you see behind me, several showers continue to work their way through North Mississippi. And we tracked all of that using the different radar sites and how much rainfall we've experienced. But let's go ahead and break down what we call our threat tracker. And as you can see right here on this graphic, not exactly high on those threats. No hail, no wind, no anything of that matter. This is just going to be a rainy type of night. As we highlight in a few of those rainfall rates, you can see some heavier portions, about I say heavier lightly, by the way. 3/4 of an inch up there around the Union County, close to New Albany. Oxford, same thing. And as we work our way down south into Clay County, about 1/4 of an inch. Eupora, showcasing around 3/4 of an inch. And down there in Noxubee County, same thing, about 3/4 of an inch. And we can really get a visual on this whenever we're talking about rainfall rates with our cloud heights. And as you can see on our Mississippi Live Weather Radar, those cloud heights are not anything too significant. We're talking about 30,000 feet at most on some of those heavier sections, and that's only in a few isolated spots down there in Clay County and working their way up to the Tippah County area, as well as those continue to build across North Mississippi. But I use build lightly. It's just going to continue to remain what it's at as it pushes further towards the east and up the northeast coast. Road conditions, of course, slick, so make sure to drive safe as you head into that commute. And some of those slick conditions could linger into tomorrow morning, but we do expect that wind, since it's getting a little bit more breezy, to clear out some of these slick conditions and maybe be damp by tomorrow morning. But even then, I think that's a stretch, and I think we're going to be good with dry conditions for our morning commute. But that national radar, of course, showcasing a lot of that rainfall right across North Mississippi, but working its way out. So for folks along the river, your chances are clearing on out, and it'll be a drier evening. But as we get closer to I-55, going to be around midnight, and then those, of course, working their way through North Mississippi to clear out by the early AM hours. But then the story transitions from rain to cold. And as you can see behind me, already getting some of those blues showing up. That's around 40 degrees across the region. But let's expand it out and let's highlight in a few of these totals, because you're going to want to see just how cold we're talking about. Here in Tupelo, we're 47 degrees, same thing around the area, pretty much upper 40s across the board. But as we look up there towards the northwest, you can see 31 already building in towards Oklahoma City. The Chiefs are playing right now, so of course I have to highlight them as well. And you can see 27 degrees. And if we go really up north, we're talking Des Moines, Iowa, my old stomping grounds, and that's -7. Are we getting -7? No. But could we get some of those 30s and 20s? For sure. And that's going to work our way into the forecast once everything works its way out. But still a little bit of a ways before that happens. We have about 24 hours until it does. So your day planner heading overnight, having that limited chance there by midnight as those showers work their way on through. By mid-morning being 3 a.m., 42 degrees, and then heading out the door by 6 a.m., 40 degrees with that 10% chance. And that 10% chance, so hesitant on. I've never been that hesitant on a 10% chance, but the potential of a sprinkler too. I'm not ruling it out. I'm just not overly sold on that moisture still sticking around in the forecast. So by midnight there, you're getting a good look at those showers progressing on through that front, clearing everything out by about 2 o'clock. And I say everything, most of it. Some isolated showers on the back end could give a sprinkler too there towards Tippah County, Union County, Pontotoc, even Lee by 4 a.m. But even those drying up as we get towards that morning commute. So heading out the door by 6 a.m., there's that 10%. And again, I'm looking at this thinking, I'm just not sold. So the potential for a sprinkle, but it's not going to be impactful rainfall, and that's what we can guarantee here at Mississippi Live Weather. Low temperatures Monday morning, 36 degrees Senatobia, 37 Corinth, same thing in Booneville, 40 in Starkville, and 43 in Aliceville. Of course, going to be a little bit warmer the further east you go because that moisture's clearing out a little bit later. But once you factor in the wind chill, look at how much it drops there. We were tracking 36 there towards Senatobia. Feels like values, 31 degrees, going to be sitting below freezing as we head out the door for how it feels. So layering up, very important for any of our morning plans, and I know a lot of that consists of going to work or school. 32 degrees, so right at freezing for those feels like values for Booneville and Corinth, 37 Grenada, and 36 towards Columbus. So those school bus graphics, it's going to be misleading because it says 39 degrees, which I understand is cold, but if I told you it felt like freezing, they might make you blink twice on that forecast. So 39 degrees pickup, feels like values could be in the low to mid 30s and then drop off 47 degrees. Still with that cloud cover lingering all day long, and that's going to keep those temperatures pretty consistent even by that afternoon time frame. So Monday morning, you're getting a good look right there as the last of that moisture is clearing on out, and we're left with a dry pattern, gloomy pattern, but dry throughout our Monday morning and even into our Monday afternoon. Now, if we back this up just a bit, you can see where that clearing is taking place, and that's going to be over there towards Little Rock, gradually moving its way east into North Mississippi and giving us those drier conditions by Monday evening, but really into your Tuesday when that sunshine will reign supreme. So high pressure continuing to build into the region, and being that we are on the outskirts, that northerly breeze still working its way into North Mississippi, and it's going to be still by 3 p.m. 5 to 10 miles an hour. But as we head further into the evening, as that high inches closer and it rains right overhead, well, then those winds dial back just a bit. Wind chill not going to be as much of a factor, but that dry forecast bringing in those cold temperatures and letting all of this heat in the atmosphere escape overnight and into our Tuesday morning. So high temperatures Monday only reaching into the upper 40s there in Amory, 46 New Albany, 43 South Haven, and 46 around Cleveland. We are seeing a few 50s in Greenwood, Grenada, and Kosciuszko, but it's not going to be that warm forecast that we're all missing now as we head into that December season. Your parade planner for your Monday, 5 p.m. 44 degrees, 7 p.m. 38, and then 9 p.m. 35. Again, wind chill not going to be a significant factor, but that cloud cover not going to make it a comfortable forecast. So we want to make sure to layer up once again as we collect candy, as we enjoy some great times, great sights, and of course great sounds with those bands. It's going to be a fun one once again, whether it's Boonville, Starkville, West Point, or Louisville. And remember, go vote. If you missed us at the top of the broadcast, poll is live on Matt Lapon's Facebook page. All right, let's extend this out one more time because, again, we're not tracking rain chances in North Mississippi throughout our Monday night or our Tuesday. So as we progress this into our Monday evening, you can see high pressure still right overhead. But as this works through our area, excuse me, as this works through our area and into the start of our Tuesday, you are getting that clearing that takes place, allowing for that heat to clear out and make for a cold start to our Tuesday morning. Now, as the high inches towards the east, we do get that southerly wind building back into our area, so that's going to allow for that clearing to cool us off, but then that southerly wind building that heat back. It's going to be warmer than where things sit Monday. That's really what I mean when I say heat. So by 9 a.m. already starting to warm up and feel better, and then by the afternoon, you can see that sunshine already breaking through that cloud cover, and that'll continue to climb into our afternoon time frame. So Tuesday evening forecast, they're looking pristine, not tracking cold, not tracking rain, not tracking anything in the sky. It's going to be a dry one and a clear sky. And that, of course, sticks around into our Tuesday evening for any of those parades happening. And as we build further into our Tuesday, those dry conditions remain in place. Now, high temperatures for your Tuesday trend a little bit better. 53 in Amory, 54 Houston, same thing in Starkville, and 55 Kosciuszko. Jumping out west, 52 in Cleveland, 51 Clarksdale. So we're still below our normal average for this time of year, but we're trending in the right direction. So we're going to look optimistically at this forecast and take what goods we can get. And another good thing that we can get with this forecast, let's look at rain chances tonight. A little bit soggy forecast, but 10% by Monday, and that's for those early AM hours. Thursday and Friday, still around 10%. And again, I'm not overly sold on those 10% either. Those very well could dial back as we get further into that midweek time frame. But this will really give you a visual as well. Of course, this is forecasted rainfall for tonight and into tomorrow morning. But look at how this changes from tomorrow, and watch the screen behind me. Next 7 days. Nothing changed on this graphic, and that's encompassing tonight's rainfall into tomorrow morning. And so whenever you add that in with the next 7 days, no difference takes place. So that means we're in a very dry pattern, and we are going to see a little to no moisture over the next 7 days. And of course, our 7-day showcases that as well. With those gloomy conditions, Monday, 47 degrees for highs, but then Tuesday, sunny skies move in place, 53 degrees for highs, 59 by Wednesday, still with those sunny skies. And then Thursday, our temperatures start dialing back, 57 for highs, 49 for highs. And then there's the weekend. 40 degrees for our high temperature Saturday, 42 by Sunday. But look at those lows, 34 degrees falling to 21 degrees. And we could argue that this could continue to cool off heading into the next several days into the work week. And that will drop those temperatures maybe even more, potentially into the teens along the Tennessee state line. So we're paying attention to that forecast, our coldest temperatures of this fall season. So we want to make sure to layer up. And if we don't have multiple layers, well, go ahead and find them, or head to the store and go get a new jacket or something to keep you warm, because it's definitely something that we want to take care of and stay warm. I do want to note, I saw some folks in the comments talking about getting their heaters prepared. I want to say with those space heaters, just be safe and be cautious. Don't leave it running without it being attended, because we've heard so many stories of it being unattended and then fires break out, and it's just unfortunate circumstances. We want everybody to be safe. Go ahead and this will probably be a pipe forecast that we need to make sure we're dripping those pipes with how cold things will be. But there's going to be precautions that we track all throughout this week, and of course keep it with Mississippi Live Weather, and we will let you guys know how to stay ahead of this cold. But you guys can go ahead and stay ahead with staying warm, and that's what we're begging you to do as we head into the next 7 days. Despite it warming up by midweek, heading into the next weekend, we're just anticipating and waiting are the same thing. Okay, anyway, it's 10:30 on Sunday, so brain not fully in work mode yet, but hey, we're working our way in there. I hope you guys are with me on that. All right, as we wrap up this broadcast, because no telling what I'm saying about this forecast now. All right, iOS and Android free and available to download that Mississippi Live Weather app today. We had a few new downloads over the weekend. Folks in court talking to them about it, and they are loving it, and I hope you guys are too. Again, if you have any feedback, go ahead and email us info@msliveweather, or you can find our contact at msliveweather.com. It's on that website, and you can reach out to us and let us know what you think, or let us know anything that's missing that you want added, and we will work our way to put that in that forecast. But what's already in the forecast is our morning shows happening at 6:30, 7, and 7:30 with meteorologist Maggie McCauley. She will have the latest on what to expect and the latest on the cold as well. Of course, she'll keep you guys updated, but have that warm cup of coffee ready because we want you guys to stay warm all week long, but enjoy this beautiful dry forecast ahead. You guys have a spectacular Sunday for what's left of it, and enjoy the wonderful work week ahead.
Hi, my name is Rosie. Regional Rehab Center helps kids like me by offering speech therapy, occupational therapy, and dyslexia therapy. Your support helps so many of us get what we need to grow and succeed. Please help the Rehab Center